Hello, I am back with the Post-Endwalker stuff. I guess I'll be here for a while since it's not done. So I'm not gonna play a lot. I kind of just wanted to get this started because what I'm planning on doing is so I have Post-Endwalker, of course, playlist, and it's gonna have the Post-Endwalker main scenario quest, of course, and then whatever I do as well will go in here. So say I did it in the other stuff. So Endwalker, I had a leveling rogue video that I did with Toasty that had nothing to do with Endwalker. So any older content I missed, this stuff will go in this playlist too until the next expansion comes out, and that's where I am in the story. Pretty much. Which I should beat all these before, considering it's only 6.3. No rush, I just wanted the first video, I guess, to be a couple quests of the 6.1. So let's talk to Taru. Newfound adventure. Geez, how lovely to see you. If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Also changed my outfit to be a little more casual, considering the world is good now. So, yeah.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Brand new adventure, of course. Still mulling it over. I'm still mulling it over.
I hope you weren't thinking of asking me for advice. Though if you are open to suggestions, I might have one for you. You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
Great idea, but where to start? You're right, who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered. That's a great idea, but where to start? Don't want to be so sure of myself.
Oh, with so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind.
Yeah, where? Funny face.
Thavnair. That's where you should go next.
Oh god, I don't want to go there again.
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat-Han the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Ritra would be pleased to see you.
Yeah, but I want to see his eye.
Then there's the bounty itself.
The kid or whatever.
Presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
That's fine, I might not use it.
Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Damn it, I hope I don't like it. I like my outfit, but maybe it'll be better. Make sure it has pockets. She's like, bitch, of course it's gonna have pockets.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement. I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Did I fall asleep?
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Nope, dozing off again.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Oh, am I dreaming? Tataru starts to post Endwalker off by being so boring that I fall asleep and dream of some evil shit. Newfound adventure. Wonder if they're gonna do 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3, like little intro card like that. That'd be cool. I would like if they did that with the chapters too, during the main expansion stuff. That'd be neat.
Ah, you're awake. My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
I wonder what the new expansion. I mean, they're not even close. I don't think. Still got 3 more. If they do 6.4, 6.5, and like 6.55 is what they do. So technically 3 more. Where is Sataru? Up north. Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. A little more room in the shoulders, open up the cuffs, final adjustment to the hem. I thought she was going to be chilling Charlie the whole time. All done, let's see how it looks on the mannequin. But what do you think? Doesn't it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? Clapping. I mean, I like it, but I mean, I like my outfit better. I'm so glad you approve. So what do I owe you? Oh, don't be silly. Your approval is payment enough. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Like you don't nod, or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder wherever did you purchase those stylish yet practical garments. Before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. Mahaha, I can hear it now. The merry clink clink of gill overflowing from my coffers, sweet music to my ears. It's a little too actual. Oh, I do like the gloves though. One's like a glove and one's that. Boots are eh. So I don't even get like pants, it's just like that. And only one earring. Burgeoning, what? Burgeoning merchant empires aside. That looks like a word I know, but as I'm reading it and saying it, it's not pop. Burgeoning, whatever. Empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You'll never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Collection expanded. The unending codex. This must be new. That's cool. All persons concepts. The unending codex now available under collection and duty section. Okay. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. I mean, is it gonna add everything, like already for me? Said it was in duty, right? Duty, collection. Bountiful ruins. As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. Excuse me. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavner, I suggest you explore your options. At Merides Mahane, the finest drinking establishment in Rad's at hand. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, cheese, and may fair fortune find you. I'm gonna need more. No, I still have 100 something. So is this better? It's level 1 stuff. Sorry, Tataru, it's not getting used. Whoops. I feel like I was blocking the doorway for that guy, so just decided to move. I didn't even need to get back on Midgard because we're here. Oops. Welcome to Marides Mahane. Oh, hello, I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty? Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. Ah, there he is, Professor Jalheen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mahane's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Mayor Hyde found out I took coin from Thavner's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. No, wonder if they're doing the, well, they're AFK, though. Yes. Okay. I was gonna do the first person thing again. I thought it looked like Thancred with the beard for a second. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Ask you about the Song of Vault and Bounty. Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Here we are, one of Mayor Hyde's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jalheen empties the cup in a single pull. Alcoholic. That was very kind of you, miss, but I know when I'm being softened up, what is it that you want from me? Oh, chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? I assume you've heard of Alsdal. He was Khan of the Ari tribe, which sailed to Thavner from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Radzahan. His decision to aid the Arcasadora, whatever, is what ultimately won them the war against the Gaja Kahasira, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Halsdal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Radzahan's earlier days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches, others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Alsdal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Radzahan, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Cough. Apologies, I have a slight tickle and oh, my cup appears to be empty. Malil, another round for the professor. I see we reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another one for the professor. Oh ho ho, today was a splendid day to visit the Mahane. Jalheen gulps down his newest drink with gusto. I need water too. Where were we? Ah, hick. Yes, those who did return from seeking the treasure vault refused. I mean, flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something. Azama was saying Azama's a fellow connoisseur of spirituous potables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been since he set sail here, but he did have a... No, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of old man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I am no stranger to peril. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Do I get a pick? The very edge of existence. From anyone else, I'd struggle to believe it, but I recognize you now. You're the hick hero of the final days. A drink? I need another drink to settle my nerves. Malil, more of the same, if you please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Jalheen drains yet another cup dry. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Azama's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way of the entrance of the vault. Seems he only could get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Malil, more drinks. Signal for water instead. Wink. Your drink, sir. How marvelous, I am parched. Jillian gulps down the cup of water. That was water. Did you tell her to bring me water? Still, that's probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. My head will certainly thank you in the morning. Ugh, I seem to overindulge. I am put in mind of the words of Master Jalzan. Beware of how much you drink, of the drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me, I will subject you to no more of these unseemly antics. If you want to speak with Azam, well, as I said, we share a taste for the Mahane Spine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. I wish you fortune in finding your fortune. To find out more, you'll need to locate a man by the name of... Okay. Yes, I am Azama, and who might you be? All true. I'm afraid my friend took a ship out in search of Alsdal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding the vault. And that look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Alsdal's the third's otherworldly horde, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown, but I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor, so I'll tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him a rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zas Hall, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for his exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the Bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Alsdal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness? So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name.
I swear I better not have to deal with this kid.
This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
It's a scam.
This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never returned with that treasure alive. Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim?
My God.
How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hordes they stand.
Oh, he's part of the bit. I see. Never mind. That was a little too much flair. Steady it.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
The scam. I think. I don't know.
Well met, my friend. Someone is dressed for adventure.
Smart.
Why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
You have my
What's
map.
beneath the bounty? Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I fleece one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Oh, he overheard maybe. It's a fake. It's a
This
fake.
map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Never took you for a treasure hunter?
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good thing you're not stupid, thank God.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Yes. God damn, you don't even have to ask. Naturally.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Oh, whoops. Alright, Stinian. You will recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir at Virtra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full of Hannish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work, but that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matsi is a fisherman by trade, yes. We should head to Aki Yali and see if he can help us. All the way out here. It'll be good to actually, like, you know, be able to fly now in these areas. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins? Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad perchance to repay the favor. Wait here and I'll have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. You know how far out of our way we walk so that you not cross paths with some wild beasts? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Thabnir? You are, I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zassel. You see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done and beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have, well, we'd be. Enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you, but there's more you need to know. The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zassel selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... Now you've gone and made him cry. We might need a hand moving the treasure. Assuming we find any, still it may prove wise to bring some companions along all the same. Any ideas on whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Thancred and Urinator, Alpha Male, Alzay are probably busy. I don't want to bug them. Grahatia and Kryl, no. I like Y'shtola as the answer. Thancred and Urinator is a good option too. And I'll need a tank and a healer with me. What if I say Y'shtola? That's a very sassy finger. Y'shtola. Your magics would be a welcome addition, but I'm loath to interrupt her research. Maybe I could ask a less prickly companion. It's probably Thancred and Urinator. Thancred and Urinator, eh? Those two would answer our call, certainly, but they left the Rising Stones with a definite task in mind. I am loath to interrupt their self-appointed mission. Then Alpha Male and Alizé, because I don't want Grahatia and Kryl. Little Lord Alpha Male and his sister, were they not bound for Garlemald? They have far more important matters to attend than delivering for trinkets. Then, fine, I'll settle. Kryl may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes, if that man is as strong as you. Is he strong? Strong, I mean? What do you say? Is he strong? What is your name, boy? Marad, sir. Well, Marad, your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinian. Damn it, so Graha has to come. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off too, Marad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Just going back to, Charlian. Suppose I could have just, used the little... whatchamacallit. Ooh, it was a blue quest. What do you give me? You say? The crystal from beyond. Oh, look who it is. Welcome back, Cheese. What might the students do for you? Graha? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Cryle. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Oh, my phone's almost dead, I just realized.
Ojika, my good man.
Excuse
Would you
me?
be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
How's the restoration of the students coming along? What are you working on? How's the restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We were able to locate several accounts in the archives of Numenon, but the bulk of our documents was lost along with the Isle of Fowl.
But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around? The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition. I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task.
It's okay. I
On the
wasn't
subject of which,
really asking
I
you.
had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Oh no. Little ear flutter.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Did he have a tear in his eye?
I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along? Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
Bitch, I tried.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon.
Numenon.
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare.
I tried to invite all his people.
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
I guess they have
From
to.
what I can gather,
Oh.
the operates are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Yes, yes.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
I was gonna say, I guess they have to give you enough now to do the dungeons with NPCs, but I figured they would just give me like some random people I barely met or something. Or even just like, you know, you happen to call a friend for a favor or something. Where? Oh, I might as, whatever, I'll go here. It's a little closer, I think. Maybe not really. No, it's closer. Pudding Way. Does he just live down here now? I guess my pudding wasn't needed to stop the final days after all, but I persevere. Once people taste it, they'll be even happier than they were before the apocalypse started. I just know it. All the books topple on her? No, she's there reading on the floor. Oh, she's asleep. Aw.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Close my eyes for one moment.
And you get caught. Damn it, I missed. Damn it, dude, I can't believe I missed that screenshot.
How long have you two been here?
Catching up on some light reading.
Something to that effect. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
Go back to your furry boyfriend.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world.
Oh yeah, I forgot they mentioned that about him.
Those tales are true, and he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished.
See, we're helping you.
An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries, as if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Achiali by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane last we heard.
Thalmazane. Thalmazane? What did he say?
Then by all means let us recruit him and be on our way.
You gotta put the books back. He's like, bruh. Oh, so he's down here. Okay. I was wondering what the hell they were talking about. Also, now that I'm seeing the Unending Codex, I think Toasty told me about it, like, when ever 6.1 came out. If I remember. It was a while ago now. I think. I don't know if it was last year. I mean, I know it was last year, but I don't know if it was like a whole year already. Or like late 2022.
Our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
He's like the guy from, what do you call it?
I am told a new expedition is in
Oh.
offing.
From Magic Tavern, he reminds me of the wizard. Usador, always saying his name. Or like just saying all the titles. He doesn't need to say all that. Thank you though. Just good to see you well. Wasn't Bancred with you? Just good to see you well. Like how I start to like imitate their vocabulary.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loperids had been seeking new purpose for the moon. Another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperids now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
Uh-oh.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon? So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation. But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos?
Treasure hunt.
Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation.
You stole it. Yeah.
How long has
What do you
it
call it?
been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
You stole an Estinian DPS. Tim's gonna be healer, and Grauha's all rounder, but tank.
Aye, though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Estinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter. In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather? Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporits.
Uh-huh.
Of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Sorry. You can come.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Bye, Thancred.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Whoops. Alright, I'm just gonna turn this in. And then this is gonna be my last one. think about an hour is good enough for the first one. Just to get it started. I'm a little Final Fantasied out. I'm gonna play Resident Evil after, so I just gotta do something else. Actually, I do have to use the restroom though, so I will be back. Okay, I'm back to turn it in and just basically stop recording or playing again. Send your crew Graha and you return with the entire survey party. Hope Matsu's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs and the shallows there. Aye, we will keep an eye out. Give me the gold. Alsdal's Legacy. Oh yeah, the dog. I forgot about that. The Legend of Alsdal III. What's the boat we're taking? Wonder if it's there. Maybe not. Oops. Either way, this is it for now. Have a good day, morning, night, evening, afternoon, whatever. Oh, let me look at the camera. And penis.